other services, all other services are comes up with the 99.99 like that. But if you take the root 53, so root 53 is the only service in AWS, only service in entire AWS services among all services. So which comes up with the 100% high available. So just now I am saying my root 53 service will do the DNS resolution and will send the traffic from the URL to the specific IP address. In case my root 53 has a less than 100% availability, what can happen? So what is the possibility? What will happen if it is having some less than 100% availability? What can happen? If it doesn't have 100% high availability, what can happen to my request? For suppose I'm trying to accessing my website. So there is a possibility of missing some. If the resolution is not happening means, so the resolution needs to be 100% always possible. So I'm trying to accessing the google.com. So if there is no 100% availability, if resolution is not happening, your request will not be served. So that's why. So DNS, they have a such dedicated network. They have such a dedicated hardware. So AWS is maintaining the 100% high availability with respect to my root 53 service. So let us do some hands-on. This hands-on. So you need a domain name. So if it is possible to purchase, you purchase it yourself. So if it is not possible, you can discard. So you can just pay attention here. So, but I recommend you can go to the GoDaddy and see some top level domains with the cheaper versions. Do not go for the .coms. They might be a bit costly. So you can see kind of .info, .net. So you might get those domains for the cheaper. So if you wanna do the some hands-on, if you wanna get some better understanding with respect to your Route 53, so you can purchase for some 100 rupees or 200 rupees. So let me go inside. It's some websites might cost very cheaper. So could be 200 or 300. Try to procure them. Try to purchase. Let me show some domains. So which will get at the cheaper price. So you can log into your GoDaddy. Is there any way to move to India? Such that I can get a currency in India. It's a GoDaddy India only. Still, I'm getting the dollars. So you can search for any custom website name and your own name, like Pradeep.xyz, Pradeep.net. So Alladi Cloud Solutions. So this is my org. So I want a domain name on this name. See, I have a alternative Alladi Cloud Solutions Cloud. So I can get it for the $3. And I have other options, Alladi Cloud.solutions. I'm getting it only for $0.01. So I have Alladi Cloud Solutions dot services. Top level, by changing the top level, I'm getting at the cheaper price. So purchase these kind of domain names cheaper, which comes cheaper. But pay highest attention. So if you just go, so with respect to my case, I will tell. So go to my products. I want two products. I want two domain names. So after purchasing it, if you just go to your domain names, I have the two domain names here. So let me go inside the domain names. So whatever the offered prices were there, so they were for only first year. Second year onwards, they will charge very high. So switch off the auto renew option. So there will be auto renew option. Yeah, here. So there will be an auto renew option. See what is the renewal cost? I procured it for only $1. So the auto renew cost was too high. $40 I need to pay. In case for practice you felt that I need a domain name. So carefully, so switch off this auto renew. So it will be default on state. Keep it to the off state. So 1 year, as long as you practice, we'll get for 1 month. So I procured it in the last month, 28th of May. I am getting to the next May 2026. So I get it for the $2, well and good. So if I want to renew it, it may charge $40 for. So whatever the offer prices were there, Those offer prices for only 1 year to make you habitual. They will charge very high manner next year onwards. So it will be auto renew will be in the on. So go to your product. So go to the domain. So under here you'll have an option called so auto renew. So off it. So it should be in the off state. Otherwise, after 1 year they won't charge you. After 1 year, they will charge you $40 per year. So it is not like only $40. There may be a different one. So it may be some $100, some maybe some $250, some domain names. So depends upon the how custom they were, how handly they were, how others they need it. So they will charge you accordingly. So if you need felt that hey, I need a domain name to practice Route 53 appropriately for a better understanding of my domain names, you can procure. So one from the one from the GoDaddy. So whichever cheaper. So the same feature my Route 53 will do, but it is a bit costlier. So I think they might start at around some $12 or $13. So search in the search bar can go to the Route 53. So get started. So I can register my domain name here also. I have an option, register a domain. So moving forward, so let me assume I want a domain. So first you have to check it whether it is available or not. Check availability for a domain. You cannot choose already existing domains. So google.com is already being taken by the some organization. You cannot take it away because the resolutions were universal. So not local. The domain name needs to be unique across the world. So now let me choose as for suppose I want alladi.cloud. I want this domain. So let me check whether it is available or not. See, saying that it is not available. Someone is already taken. So for suppose, let me take other domain. So SETI IT Solutions Info. So I own another product. So let me check so whether it is being available or not. So straight away, if it is being already taken by someone, you cannot take it. So I can go for the another. So I can take Alladi Cloud Solutions.in. Let me try it. So they were not sure. So since it's not being populated, so but still, how much they are charging? So they are charging me 15 USD dollars. So this is standard. So approximately some 14 or 13, some $14 they will start. Under the Route 53, minimum they will charge 14 USD dollars to register the domain. But same you can get at GoDaddy at $0.1, $0.2. Okay. So you can procure a one at GoDaddy level. So search for Indian currency also. In the Indian rupees, you can get it for some 100 rupees, some 18 and 100 rupees. I'm not able to modify it. My previous payment was in dollars. That's it showing in the dollars. So you can search it in Indian rupees also, GoDaddy. So you might get some 100 rupees for first year. So but change it to the change that auto renew off for the safe side. So procure it. So but here minimum I need to pay the 40 USD dollars plus some 18% GST. It will go approximately some 16 to $20. So not a good idea. Do not procure a domain name in the Route 53, going to be costly. So moving forward, so but DNS resolution need to be happen. So this is my Route 53. So your dashboards looks like that. I'm clicking on the dashboards. Your dashboards looks like that. So how many DNS managements you have? So how many traffic managements you have? So how many monitorings you have? And how many registrations you have? So I do not have any in this account. So it's showing all are zero values. So this is a dashboard. So something, if I do something, they can be shown here for time being. So understand the hosted zones. What exactly hosted zones? So go back. I supposed to create a hosted zone. Thing need to be done. The functionality needs to be executed. So what exactly my hosted zone? Let me define what is in a hosted zone. So I'm saying that my Route 53 is sufficient. So my Route 53 will do my DNS resolution, domain name system, that is host name to my IP address. So if I search the host name, so I supposed to redirect to my mission IP address such that I can access my application. So I can access my application. So to happen this, I should have some records. So which host name should be connected with which IP address? I need a record. I supposed to maintain the records. So based upon the records only, the resolution should happen. Is it so? So it is not like that. If I do not have any record where Google.com supposed to meet. If I do not have any record, where does it go? No idea. So to redirect my Google.com to some place, some IP address, I should have a record. So similarly, all my subdomains, I have a root domain and I have some additional subdomains. So google.com is a subdomain. Google.com is a SLD, second level domain. So at google.com, I have the subdomains. Say you might see, so if you try to access your Gmail, it will be redirected to your gmail.google.com. So if you try to access the photos, it will be redirected to the photos.google.com. So if you try to access the maps, your URL will be changed to the maps.google.com. So these are the subdomains. So how they need to be redirected? So whatever the path base or whatever the host name based records were there. So where they need to be redirected, I should have a record. So I supposed to place all those records in one place. So that place is going to be your hosted zone. So you need a hosted zone to maintain the records of all your domain name. So I have a domain name google.com. How the resolution should happen, I supposed to maintain the records. So which name server supposed to do? Definitely in the backend, I should have a name server to do the resolution. Which name server is going to do that activity? All those things will be taken care by the someone that is going to be a hosted zone. So to do things done, so I need a hosted zone. So you need to create a hosted zone. So click on create a hosted zone. It requires to be exactly your domain name. So I own a alladi.cloud. So this is my domain name. So alladi.cloud. So let me create so exactly you need to give. For suppose you are creating it for the google.com, you have to give the google.com. So I own the domain name alladi.cloud. So for that I'm creating a hosted zone. So this description is optional. If you want to give it, give it. So to do the internal communications, that private hosted zone is sufficient. So if you want to access your resources from the outside, from the web, you're supposed to create a public hosted zone. Your hosted zone can be either public or private. In case your website needs to be accessed by the outside people, you need a public. So in case only organized people are sufficient to access it, Allah.cloud, only internal communication is supposed to happen, only within organized people, my private hosted zone is sufficient. So I want to access my web application from the outside. So let me create a public hosted zone. So create a hosted zone. So thing is, if the domain name and my hosted zone both were belongs to the AWS, so nothing to do with respect to my name servers. But so if your domain was AWS, your domain was GoDaddy, and you created a hosted zone in the AWS, you're supposed to modify your name servers. So hosted zone is being AWS, but my domain name was GoDaddy. So actually I said, so in my step, so how does the DNS resolution will happen? Look at here. So now my alladi.cloud, so top level is went here. This is the .cloud. So it will, since it's a .cloud, it came here. If it is a .cloud, it will move to the .cloud. So next to the .cloud, it will move to the alladi. Moves to the SLD. Now it is at alladi. So now the alladi is being maintained by the GoDaddy. I just told. So alladi is being provided by GoDaddy. So now some request will come alladi.cloud. Someone clicked on the alladi.cloud. So the resolution need to be happen. That responsibility need to be taken care by the GoDaddy name servers. So GoDaddy is supposed to maintain the name servers. So there they should have the records. All the records they should have. Hey, alladi.cloud is being served by the so-and-so IP address. A request is being coming. app1.alladi.cloud. So it's being running on the so-and-so IP address. Redirect the traffic to there. So now the responsibility will be taken care by the domain registry. Domain list. Well and good. For that, they should have the name servers. In this case, alladi.cloud is my domain name register. Needs to be resolved by this guy. But unfortunately, so I'm not created a hosted zone here. I created a hosted zone in the AWS. So now AWS is going to handling the name resolution. So I need to update my name servers of the GoDaddy. So GoDaddy have one set of name servers. If it is being maintained by the GoDaddy, those name servers are sufficient, but I am not interested in there. So I am interested in the doing work being on my cloud. So you need to edit the name servers. So for that, this is a very critical step here. So this is my website. So go back, dashboard. So click on, first click on, so go to your account. So go to my products. So all our products will be listed here. So this is my domains. So click on allotted.cloud. So or directly click on the DNS. So if you click on the DNS, we'll have a name servers here. So pay highest attention here, name servers. So these are the my name servers. If the resolution is being happening with respect to GoDaddy, these name servers will take care. These are the name servers, physical servers where we have a records. If someone click allotted.cloud, so these guys will take the resolution. So, but I'm not interested here. Let me do the resolution with respect to my AWS. So that's why I need to change these name servers. I need to replace these name servers with my AWS name servers. So I had created a hosted zone here and I have some name servers here. The moment I created a hosted zone, so I have a name servers here. So these are the default records. So these are the name servers. NS stands for the name server. So do not copy the dot. So do not copy the dot. So until here, you just copy paste it. You're supposed to change the all values. So with these values. So what I'm saying, so even though domain name is being owned by GoDaddy, so now the resolution is being made by my AWS. So why? Because my workload is on AWS. My hosted zone is on AWS. So I'm changing the name servers. I'm telling the GoDaddy, hey, your name servers are not required. So use this request to ask for the acknowledgements. So you just approve it. So you need to get the successful. So this message needs to be you're supposed to get it. So otherwise the resolution won't happen. The GoDaddy is supposed to accept, hey, changing the name servers, okay, it's being accepted. Still, so even the success is not sufficient. Sometimes it may take some time to populate it. So it needs to communicate with ICANN, International Mission, IANA, International Authority. It's supposed to sync with ICANN and IANA. It will take some time to populate it. Could be 2 to 3 minutes. So sometimes instantaneous, sometimes it will take some time. So go back. Now, okay, well and good. I have here now. So now I supposed to create my hosted zone is ready. I had updated my name servers. Now to do the resolution, I supposed to create the records. Now I am inside the hosted zones. So this is the Road 53 dashboard. Now I'll have a one hosted zone under the DNS management. I have a one hosted zone. Go forward. So click on your hosted zone. Allotted.cloud is my hosted zone. So go inside. So click on create record. So now using this hosted zone, I want to do the resolution. So create a record. So I will create a record. So I will say app1 dot. So this is a subdomain name. So app.allotted.cloud. So let me create a record. I will have a types of records. A record, hostname to IPv4, AA record, hostname to IPv6. Not much familiar, mostly with IPv4. So not much use. So CNAME record. So these three records are the popular records we will create in the real. For suppose this is the domain name. So this is the record one. So app1.allotted.cloud is my domain name. So it needs to be redirected to a specific IP address. Use the A record. If it is an IPv6 address, make use of AA record. In case this app.allotted.cloud supposed to be mapped with another hostname. Hostname to hostname, assume. So I want to send this traffic to a load balancer. Whenever I create a load balancer, I have seen a DNS name, alb-something blah, 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 .com. So I want to map a host name with another host name. Host name with another host name. I supposed to click on a CNAME record. So the popular records that were used in the real time. So types of records. Hey, how many records are you handy? Hey, being it is taken care by the networking team, but I am handy with the types of records. A, So AA and CNAME records. So in the next moment, what is the purpose of A type record? So to map my host name, so with the IPv4 address, to happen the resolution, you go with the A. So IPv6, you go for a AA. So if it is a host name to host name, so I want to map my host name with the another host name. A use case. I want to access alladi.cloud. It needs to be went to a specific application load balancer. Where does it goes in the end? That is a no matter. I'm not bothered. So whatever kept in the target group will be reflected. But I want to map my alladi.cloud with a accessing a application load balancer. So such a combination, host name to host name combination, you'll use a CNAME records. So these are the records I am handling. So next coming back here. So I want to create a type record. So to whom you want to map it? So this is my host name. So where do you want to map it? So just now I create an EC2 instance. Go there. So let me take this public IPv4 address. I just taken public IPv4 address. So go here and copy paste it here. So TTL, how long you want to cache this? So let me make it 60 seconds. So after the 60 seconds is going to be expired from the your cache, local DNS server. So this is the TTL. While creating the record, I supposed to give it. So you can keep either 60 seconds minimum or you can keep it the as long as the 2 days. If I keep the 2 days here, it will remain in your local DNS server for the 2 days. Local DNS server in the 2 days. So let me create a record. So routing policy, I taken a simple routing policy. What exact routing policy I will discuss. First, let me create a records. So and let me demonstrate. So now a record is being created successful. You can see the records here. So like this, you can create as many records as possible for your hosted zone. You want to create hundreds of records. App 2, it's supposed to go someplace. App 3, it's supposed to go someplace. I deployed my missions on thousands of servers in the real time. సో gmail.com ఒక సర్వర్కి వెళ్ళాలి, gmail.google.com ఒక సర్వర్కి వెళ్ళాలి, సో maps.google.com ఒక సర్వర్కి వెళ్ళాలి. ఎందుకంటే మ్యాప్స్ ఐ డిప్లాయిడ్ మై మ్యాప్స్ ఇన్ ఎ డిఫరెంట్ సర్వర్ అప్లికేషన్. సో photos.google.com supposed to go to a different server. Why? Because all my photos application being hosted in a different server. This is how I can create as many records as I want. So A type record. So you can see this is a type record. Policy was simple policy. So what alias exactly, those things we'll discuss in the later. So now, so if I try to access this application, where I supposed to go? So if I search this, I supposed to go to those mission which I created earlier. So I am trying to accessing it. See, so I'm going to that particular mission. So now I can access that application. I can access this application. So let me put it a different way. So rather than this, so for suppose, let me go inside my mission, connect to this. So let me host my application. So my application is in a one mission. So this is my company website. So it is running on a one mission. So, but I want to access using my website. So this is my domain name. So now I can access. So rather than giving my IP address, my application is on some mission. So now I can access using a human-friendly website. So this is the DNS resolution. So some projects, some companies will work extensively. This work is being done by the cloud engineers extensively. So, but some companies will be handed it over to the network engineers, but it is our responsibility to know how our Road 53 will work. So this is your creating. So now I can create as many as. So I have a provision here. I can deploy as many as missions. So I can recreate as many records I want. So I have a place here to create one. So app 2, app 3, app 4, there is no soft limit. I can create as many as records to redirect the traffic from my host name to IP address. What all I want? So I want a subdomain name. I want an IP address. So in case different subdomains, I want to send it to a single mission. Still possible. And of course, for suppose app 1 to app 10, I want to send it to a single mission. App 1 to app 1, app 2, app 3, app 4. I want to send it a single mission. I can copy paste a single value here. So whatever the place is there, I have a value place. So I can copy paste a value here and then I can send it. Well and good. Fine. So we're using a simple routing policy here. So what kind of policy we're using? A simple routing policy. So I have a different policies here other than a simple routing policy. So for that, let me create another mission to demonstrate a failover policy. So which is a popular policy. So let me go back to the instances and let me create a mission here. So I will say failover mission. So remaining policies are not much important in the real time. Not we have further, I will discuss in detail. So for timing, let me create a failover mission to discuss the failover policy. So as it was, as usual, not required. Keep it a default. Does my chart GPT still present or it is left? Oh. Seems to be problem with chart GPT today. Let me try, or if it don't work, let me do manually. One more attempt. Seems to be issue with the chart GPT today. So I need another mission actually. Seems to be picking up. It won't pick up. We will do in a manual way. Let it be. So let me launch the instance. I will do the manual process. So in the meanwhile, I will explain what is the failover policy and the remaining policies. So this is my DNS server. I just launched another mission, failover server. It is just secondary mission. Don't think like that. There will be a failover server especially. It is another mission. In case my primary mission is going to be failed, so the traffic will be sending to another server. So the exact server. It is not like a failover server. I just named for your understanding. It is not a failover server. It is another mission which is hosting your application in a similar manner or a similar fashion. So coming to my policies. So while coming up, let me discuss how many policies I have. So apart from the simple routing, it's a straightforward. Hey, you said, so if the request is coming to the so-and-so host name, send it to a so-and-so mission, straightforward. So apart from that, I have a weighted policy, geolocation, latency policy, failover policy, multi-value answer, IP-based geo proximity. So I can say, let me take weighted geolocation, geo proximity, and let us have let us spend some time how they will exactly work with respect to the Route 53 policy. So what exactly Route 53 is being coming? So a request is being coming. So app.alladi.cloud. So your Route 53 here. So what is supposed to do? It's supposed to do the DNS resolution and send it. Send it to appropriate IP mission, IPv4 mission. So my Route 53 functionality was here. So in this place, I have some policies here. So what kind of policies? Simple policies, straightforward, we have seen. So apart from this, so I have a weighted policy. So what kind of weighted policy exactly? So per suppose I have per suppose same app.alladi.cloud is being running on the 3 IPv4 missions. 3 IPv4 missions it is running. So it works actually when I have the multiple missions, not one mission. So one IPv4 was large in capacity, can handle the multiple requests. It is bigger size, can handle the multiple. So next was, so some mid size, it can handle the mid range of request. So third one, smaller in size, and they can handle the small request. So now I can make use of my weighted policy. Like, hey, provide some weightage to the first mission. So I can think of my IP rather than this simple policy. I can think of my weighted policy. So take a mission and provide some value to it. So provide some 70 value to it. 70% of traffic will go to the mission one. So add another record. So this is one. So one to the one mission first. So the one mission 70% will be gone. So in the record to same subdomain. So app2.cloud.already.cloud. So suppose to go to the different mission, but a different value. So if you take a weighted policy, so previously given the 70, so give some 30 here. So likewise, you can provide the some weighted record such that whenever the multiple requests are coming, for suppose in this context, come back to my context, I am here. So I have the 3 missions here. Some 100 requests are coming at a time parallelly. So based upon the weightage, first mission will get the 30 records, will be served with 30 requests. So second will be served by some 20 records, and last one is going to be served by some 10 records. Why? Because I had provided a weight like that. So create a record with certain weight rather than the straight away. So that is your weighted policy. So very minimally used. But you want to make use of such kind of practice. So actually creating a different size missions is a very rare phenomena. So your production servers definitely will have a same kind of missions. All your production servers have almost same capacity. Since they were kept behind the auto scaling group, so they will create all of similar capacity. But if you want to provide some way to the some mission, assume we have a policy. So apart from that, so we have a geolocation, geoproximity. Geolocation and geoproximity. So a request is being coming. So app one dot, so already.cloud, a request is being coming. So send the traffic. I have the multiple missions here. So I have the multiple end records I have end records, not a single record. For timing, I have only one record. But assume in the real time, I have the n number of records. So I'm getting a request to access that application. I have end records. Hey, divert the traffic or send the traffic to the nearest location or nearest location. Hey, the request is being coming from the India. So send the mission that is being present in the India. Send the location. So the request is being coming from the India or explicitly coming from the Hyderabad. So send the traffic to the Hyderabad server where it is being. So by looking at the IP address, they will come to know. So from where the request is being originated, send the nearest server such that there will be no latency. So apart from that, so this is a geolocation, geoproximity. So depends upon the from which location the request is being coming. So send it to the nearest server. That is the geolocation or geoproximity. So next to that, I have a latency policy also. In the same category, latency policy also. So a request is being coming. So app1.already.cloud, I am getting a request. So this request needs to be served. I have a end records again here. So end records means the same application is being running on the multiple missions. So route the traffic. So where the latency is the lowest. So which mission is having the lowest latency? So some missions are already being engaged. Some missions are already free. So there I can expect very low latency. Divert or route the traffic to a lowest latency. So very less commonly used the policies. So if you keep aside all these missions, so we'll go through the either simple policy. So one domain name attached to a one IPv4 address. Apart from that, I have a policy called the failover policy. So failover policy, let me see how it works exactly. So it works in a manner. So we'll have a primary server. So there will be a primary server. So first all your requests will go to the primary server. At the same time, I have to create a secondary server. So in case something happens to your primary server, so your traffic will be redirected to the secondary server. So such that, so your request will not be went down. There will be a primary server and a secondary server. Minimum, I need two records here. One is being primary, another is being the secondary. In case, if there is a problem with my primary server, your traffic will be routed to the secondary server. How it can be, that's why I'm creating another mission. So how it can be executed, let us demonstrate. So let me go inside my second mission. So seems to be healthy. Well and good. So let me connect to my mission. So let me create install HDDPD. So become sudo first. So install HDDPD. Start it. systemctl start HTTP. It's being started. So let me go to the home path /www.html. Check I do not have any index.html. So let me create an index.html. So does it still present in the, yeah, still. So let me make some change here. So I will say it's a failover. It's being copied. So let me check whether the same can be accessed using the IP address. Yeah. So it won't be like that failover in the real time. So same code on the primary mission and the secondary mission. So for your demonstration, I kept as a failover. So go to the cloud, root 53 hosted zone. So let me create. So go to my hosted zone. So I have the three records here. Let me create another record, but different policy. So I will name it as a app dot. So let me change the domain name. So app.2. So I will make as a failover. So this is the popular that will be used in the real time. So let me take the first one. So first mission IP address. So this is my first mission. So I'm placing it here. So let me keep it for 60. So policy. So choose type. So primary or secondary. So this is the primary. So as long as this mission was healthy, the traffic will be routed to this mission. So to check whether it is healthy or unhealthy, so I supposed to send it to the secondary. I need the health check. So for that, I supposed to create a health check. I do not have any health checks here. So let me go to my hosted zone. So let me create a health check for this mission. So go to health checks in the left pane. So let me create a health check to monitor this health. So create a health check. So enter a name. I will say, so healthy SES. Let me name it like that, health check one. So I'm checking the endpoint. So I'm checking for the IP address of type HTTP. So for which IP? So this IP. So I want to monitor this. You can straight away copy paste your IP. So just create a health check for it. So it's being created. Come back here. Just refresh it here. So you can see the health check one. So give any random value here, any value. So I will say record ID one. So create a record. So now it's supposed to create another record, a second record, same domain name, but second record. So app.tola.cloud. So create a record, same app.2. So for different A type record. So but go back to your missions. So take the failover mission. I need a second record. So take this one. Copy paste here. So say it's a failover policy. Keep it simpler. So now I suppose to keep it as a secondary. So for the secondary, I do not want any health checks. Primary needs to be monitored. Secondary, I do not want any. So it is an optional thing. So let me make it 2. So create the records. So now well and good. So as long as my primary mission was healthy, so if I try to access it, so let me take app2.alloy.cloud. So let me take this. So app2.alloy.cloud. I'm going to the secondary. So this is my previous one. So as long as this is healthy, so you'll go to this mission. It will be related to the same mission previously I just created one. So or if you have, let it be. So this is a primary one. So no confusion, right? So let me do my primary mission intentionally unhealthy. So this is my primary mission. So it is being redirecting here. So intentionally I will make it unhealthy. So for that, let me stop this mission. So I'm stopping this mission. So the moment I'm stopping this mission, so it will be moved to the unhealthy status. So I have a health checks here. So I can check the health checks here. So they will be moved to the unhealthy state. So for timing, it is healthy. So let me send the some checks here. What is the time zone I kept? Time intervals. So wait for some time. So it becomes unhealthy. So the moment it becomes unhealthy, now I'll try to access the same page. I will see what I can see. Still it is healthy. So this is the previous web page. Let me open it, keep it in the open place. Reopen the. This is my previous access. So it is moved to the stop state. So my health check needs to become unhealthy. Wait for some time. So now if I try to access it, so let me execute app.alani.cloud. So previously it went to the secondary. So it will be redirected to the failover. That needs to be happen. That is the beauty of the failover policy. Still it is healthy. So the resolution will happen instantaneously. So, but the health checks taking time. See, so we are being redirected to another mission. Mission, same code, but on a different mission, such that there is no downtime. So, by using the route 53 also, you can achieve the high availability in case one of your machine is going to be down, rather than the multi-AG for suppose. If you want to achieve the if you want to achieve the high availability, so this high availability can also be achieved using your this mission. So my health checks taking time to update. So by this time, it's supposed to move to the unhealthy too. For updation taking some time. So this is unhealthy. You can see that it's being moved to the unhealthy. So it is identified that my primary mission was unhealthy, immediately redirected to the second mission. This is the most popularly used scaling policy failover. So apart from the simple scaling. So mostly they will make use of the simple policy. So if they wanna have some automated failover. Automated failover, nothing I'm doing. So one mission went down. So my application used to be accessible at another mission. Straight away redirect your traffic. This is automated. Nothing I'm doing. I just created a policy. So this is the one thing. So the important thing here. So going to the creating the records. So I can create a record for suppose now I can create app.3. So I can take the CNAME. So now I can send app.3 allah.cloud. I can send it to the app.2. So app2.allah.cloud. So a hostname to hostname resolution. So I'm asking to send the app3.allah.cloud one hostname to another hostname. So I do not have another hostname. That's why I'm asking to send it to the app.cloud. So I can create a record like this. So a CNAME record can be created like this. So now if I take this app3.already.cloud, so it will be redirected to your app2.already.cloud. So where it is being served. So app2 మీద ఏముంది? So I have a failover mission. Now I can access it. So to map host name to host name, you can think of your CNAME record. So if you want to map your host name to IPv4, A type record. Well and good. So the only question sometimes you want to press. So for time being, so I am creating a subname and I am creating a subname and creating the records. So at root level also I can create the records, or at, I can say, apex zone level. What exactly that apex zone level means? By giving nothing at subdomain level. By giving nothing at subdomain level. So simply I want already.cloud, subdomain nothing you keep. So that is called the apex zone record. So apex zone record cannot be created using your CNAME. Hey, I don't want app.1. So gmail.1. I don't want subdomain. I want apex level or root level domain name I want. That needs to be redirected to some place. That needs to be redirected to some place. So for that, you cannot create using your CNAME. So for that, you have to go through the alias. You need to go through the alias. So without giving the subname value, you cannot go for these things. Either you cannot go for the A name, you cannot go for the C types. You have to think of your alias. So already.cloud. So where do you want to go? So either you want to go to the application load balancer. So if you have an application load balancer, I might have demonstrated. So assume. So already.cloud explicitly is supposed to go to my application load balancer. So where is my application load balancer? Yeah, application load balancer. So choose the region. So which region? So for example, this one go to the Mumbai. So it'll ask for a load balancer. So if there is a load balancer, it will be shown. So now my root level, top level domain. So already.cloud can be redirected to application load balancer. Host name to host name should happen, but it should happen at the apex level. Understanding my point? Your CNAME won't help. So you have to go through your alias. So this is the utmost important one. So remember, so I'm demonstrating here. So my intention was host name to host name resolution should happen. How it can be done? Your immediate response was, hey, I can create a CNAME record. But I want apex level or root level domain. Root level domain. So in my case, I do not want any subdomain. I just want my already.cloud. So need to be redirected to the application load balancer domain name. So how can you do this? At root level, I cannot do using the CNAME record. It's not a doable. It's not a doable. So if I try to do that also, it is not a doable. So it will show us an error, cannot be created at apex level. So for timing, let me create an application load balancer. Let me quickly demonstrate so that it will be registered in your mind. So let me create an application load balancer. But it might take some time to create, to provision state. No issue, but timing, let me create a load balancer quickly. Or do I have another? Let me take these things only. Why I should go here? So let me take here. So what I will do, nothing I will mention. I will simply choose CNAME. I will switch off alias. So I will take the CNAME. So I will mention here app2.already.cloud. So I have a domain name here. So app2.already.cloud. So I will simply say 60. So I'm nothing even at subdomain. So I have a domain name app.already.cloud. It's a record. I have a record, clear record. It is redirected to some IPv4 address. I choose the CNAME. Now I will try to create a record. So we'll get an error. It's a bad request. So is not permitted at apex zone, apex in zone, already.cloud. You cannot do it. So, but I want to do it. But I want to do it. So think of your alias. Think of your alias. So go here. So alias to another record in the hosted zone. So choose the record app.alladi.cloud. So now I can create it. It's being created. Now I can simply take my top level. So alladi.cloud. So I just want alladi. It's being resolved. It's being going to the app. Host name to host name at highest root level. We will call root level domain or apex zone level. We will call as a apex zone level. So if you want a resolution, you can think of your alias. CNAME resolution won't work. Highest priority question, many times our students used to get it. CNAME to CNAME resolution supposed to happen, but I do not wanna. So how can we achieve it? Think of your alias. So this is for your Route 53. If you guys have any questions, we will discuss. Otherwise, we'll end up. Any questions? We'll think of it. Yeah, we'll see it.